Module 3, page number 8, Beehive. Sure, they had a teacher, but it wasn't a regular teacher. It was a man. A man? How could a man be a teacher? Well, he just told the boys and girls things and gave them homework and asked them questions. Okay, children. So now here, Tommy told Margie that the school of that time they had a teacher. So Margie thought that okay, a teacher means a mechanical teacher, but then Tommy further clarifies that the teacher that they had was not a regular teacher. Now here, when I say regular teacher, it means that for these children, regular teacher meant the mechanical teacher. But for you and me, when I say regular teacher, it means a human being, either a man or a woman, who happens to be teaching us that particular subject. And then here, Tommy even clarifies and says that it was a man. So, Margie, she inquiringly asked that how can a man be a teacher? So he tells that, well, he just told the children or the students who happens to be the boys and girls things, gave them some knowledge or enlightened them about the subject that he was teaching, and then he gave them homework, and then after the homework he even asked them questions. Paragraph 7. A man isn't smart enough. Sure he is. My father knows as much as my teacher. He knows almost as much, I betcha. Margie wasn't prepared to dispute that. She said I wouldn't want a strange man in my house to teach me. Tommy screamed with laughter. You don't know much, Margie. The teachers didn't live in the house. They had a special building and all the kids went there. And all the kids learned the same thing? Sure, if they were the same age. So now here in paragraph 7, we can understand from this that for Margie, this was something very new that she was, learning, because according to her, school means, being attending a virtual classroom within the confines of her house. But here, when Tommy tells her that here school means a place where children of different ages go and attend their classes, and that also they had a teacher, that too who happened to be a human being, either a man or a woman. She was altogether very surprised. So here Tommy even tells that the teacher that taught them in the school did not live with them, as how their teacher, the mechanical teacher, was, almost with them throughout throughout the day with these children. So here, when Margie heard that their teacher was someone who did not live with the students, but who came to a place called, to an institution called school, and that was a place where even the children assembled, it was altogether something new what she had heard of, because according to her, her picture of a school was entirely different, and this was some news for her, because she did not know how life was about 130 years ago. So this was something new that she was learning, or what Tommy was telling her about. Paragraph 8. But my mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl it teaches, and that each child has to be taught differently. Just the same way they didn't go, sorry, just the same they didn't do it that way then. If you don't like it, you don't have to read the book. I didn't say I didn't like it, Margie said quickly. She wanted to read about those funny schools. They weren't even half finished when Margie's mother called, Margie, school. Margie looked up. Not yet, Mama. Now, said Mrs. Jones, and it's probably time for Tommy's too. Margie said to Tommy, Can I read the book some more with you after school? Okay, so now in paragraph 8, uh, both of them, Margie and Tommy, are discussing the term teacher, and then Margie, the younger one, is arguing that according to her mother, the teacher had to be adjusted to fit the mind of each boy and girl. Now here, because these children were so used to mechanical teachers, and those mechanical teachers were tuned to their level of intelligence. Here they did not know how, about 150 years ago, how the teachers taught the students at school. So here, uh, as they both were discussing and arguing about how schools and teachers were, suddenly there was a reminder from Margie's mother that she had to attend school. It was time for her to attend her classes. And then Margie immediately replied back that she was a little reluctant or a little hesitant to go. Then, when Margie's mother heard a reply, she even reminded that if it is also, maybe most probably, it is time for even Tommy to attend to his classes. And so, since now both of them had to attend their respective virtual online classes, Margie requests Tommy whether it would be possible for her to read the book after school. So, after that, let's hear what Tommy has to say about it in paragraph 9. Paragraph 9. Maybe, he said nonchalantly. He walked away whistling, the dusty old book tucked beneath his arm. Margie went into the schoolroom. It was right next to her bedroom, and the mechanical teacher was on and waiting for her. It was always on at the same time every day except Saturday and Sunday, because her mother said little girls learned better if they learned at regular hours. The screen was lit up, and it said, Today's arithmetic lesson is on the addition of proper fractions. Please insert yesterday's homework in the proper slot. So now, paragraph 9 goes like this, like very, what do you say, in a very don't care manner. We can say that Tommy went off to attend his classes. He, in a very, what do you say, no, you cannot say in a very relaxed manner, he goes off to attend his classes. He had tucked that book, that old book which he had tucked it below his arm, and he goes off to attend his classes. In the meanwhile, here, Margie, on the other hand, she also comes into the room where her mechanical teacher is positioned, and that room happened to be right next to her bedroom. And when she went in, she saw that the screen was already on. It was flickering. And then she also goes on to tell us that every time at that particular time, she would have to attend her classes, because according to her mother, if you were attending classes at a regular time, it would, set in as a timetable for you, and it would be followed monotonously every day without any what you say excuses or reluctance. And for every weekend, that was on a Saturday and Sunday, she would have her break. And then that time when she entered her school room, she saw that the screen was already flashing, and the subject that she had to learn that day was a lesson in arithmetic, and that dealt with the topic of fractions, where they were covering that part of the lesson where they would be doing some addition of proper fractions. And then they started off with their sessions, and at the same time, she was also asked to, submit her assignment in the slot that was assigned to where she had to feed in her assignment. Now, paragraph 10. Margie did so with a sigh. She was thinking about the old schools that was when her grandfather's grandfather was a little boy. All the kids from the whole neighborhood came laughing and shouting in the schoolyard, sitting together in the classroom, going home together at the end of the day. They learned the same things so they could help one another with the homework and talk about it. And the teachers were people. The mechanical teacher was flashing on the screen. When we add fractions, half and quarter, Margie was thinking about how the kids must have loved it in the old days. She was thinking about the fun they had. So now here, very reluctantly, Margie was distracted, but then she had to attend her classes, and so her mind goes traveling. Physically, she was seated in front of her mechanical teacher, but her mind was wandering, and she was thinking about how it would have been during her grandfather's time, and how she was picturizing this in her mind, as how he as a little boy would be attending an institution called school, and how all the children of the same age of the neighborhood would all go together. They would sit together in classrooms, and they would be all laughing and playing and joking and cracking jokes and having a whale of a time together. And then when it came to academics, and if they had to sit and study, how each one was there for each other to help them in solving any doubts that they had. And it was not that they had to only depend on their mechanical teacher. Each one was there for each other, and the times that they spent together laughing and playing and cracking jokes. And then moreover, she was also thinking that yes, these children would have had a good time because they had a teacher who happened to be human beings. And then her mind was wandering about, distracted with her thoughts just floating away. And here, though she was seated in front of a mechanical teacher, the screen of the mechanical teacher was flashing something connected to the subject that she was learning, and it was flashing fractions, the topic that was being covered. The numbers that were flashing on the screen were the teacher was asking as to how you would go about adding half and a quarter. But this little girl, with her thoughts lost and wandering about, she was just wondering how it would be, how it was 130 or 40 years before. Those children must have really had a whale of a time mixing about with the children of their own age, mingling, laughing, playing, fighting, having a whale of a time. But here, she was also imagining that these children would really be having a lot of fun, and this girl Maji, she was just thinking that yes, those children really did have a lot of a fun, or they really did have a lot of fun, but for her life was something different, and she was actually, you could say, she was a little jealous of the fact that yes, those children of those times really did have a lot of fun, and she was in envy of them because she could not experience that, and she missed out on all the fun. So, children, I hope you have understood everything about this lesson. And with this, we come to the end of the first lesson. Thank you.